What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, or welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday so far. Welcome back to the Soulless World. I'm super excited to be working on this world. Today, we're going to be continuing our progress here on Duskhearth. We got to do some decorating. We got to do some more house building. But I just wanted to kind of sit up here really quick and watch the sunset. Actually, we have a specific spot just for this, right over by our farms. Well, maybe not. I thought I built a little bench to sit over here underneath the tree, but to watch the sunset, but it's not there. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. I see you there in the chat, Raiden. How's it going? Before we go ahead and really get into the nitty-gritty of today's stream, or if you're watching this in VOD form, if you happen to be enjoying the content at any point in time, make sure to hit that like button. Check all the links below for all of my social medias. Consider joining my community Discord or the Soulless Gaming Discord as well. And if you want to see more Soulless World content just like this, consider subscribing. And yeah, without further ado, we're going to start off today by doing a bit of resource gathering because I'm a little bit low on resources. And I'm being assaulted already. I do not like this. Do exactly what Raiden says, like or else. It's definitely not a threat. Nah. Like the stream, damn it. I promise I'm not always mean. Only when I choose to be. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of spruce wood. I'm gonna need a lot of spruce wood, and I also do not... I've got an arrow in the back of my head. That's not very nice. Anybody got any ibuprofen? I got a headache. It just, that meme lives rent-free in my head. I need my bed. My bed is over here. By the way, I'll show you guys some stuff that I have been working on, mostly pertaining to the mountain. Because if you have not seen the short that I put out literally 33 minutes ago, you should probably check that out after stream. Yeah, definitely should. But yeah, I'm not mean to you all the time, Raiden. Only some of the time. There's a difference. It's the best meme. I agree. It's one of those... Why, hello there. How did... Okay. Context for everybody. That is new to the channel. These golems used to be in my storage room. Roth then freed them from my storage room, and these guys have been roaming around for months now. I lost track of them, and every now and again, I'll happen upon them, whether I'm flying by the mountain, and it so happens that this guy is hanging around, and this guy here specifically is hanging around on the outside of the mountain. He wants to see the world from the top of my mountain. So the other day, oh my god, we've located both the golems. Guys, this is a historic moment because I had no idea what happened to my golems after Roth freed them. Like I said, I would see them here and there on them, specifically on my mountain. But where is he? I don't have zoom. There's one inside of my mountain. And I thought it was the same golem that was wandering around outside of my mountain, but this dude's just been here. He's just chilling. And I just pissed off an Enderman, but it's fine. Idiot. Anyways, so yeah, we've now located both golems. That is very interesting. I've not been able to see them both at the same time or in a single stream. So that's very I forgot about the Enderman already. You dude scared the shit out of me. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Golem 1 is underground and Golem number 2 is over here. He's chilling. He's climbing the mountain. He's having the time of his life. Where is he? There he is. I was wondering where he was. But anyways, I have some progress to show you guys with the mountain. Speaking of mountains, I've been working so hard to get this done for the most part. I've officially built around the entirety of the Dwarven Kingdom. I just have to put a top on the mountain now. But we're not going to be done with just that, because we still have yet to do the mountain range. The entire mountain range. We're going to have to cover this up and make it all part of the mountain here. So we still have a lot of work to do, but it's progress nonetheless. We are so close to having the mountain done. I would say we're officially about 3/4 of the way done, because once I get the rest of this built up, I'm actually going to be throwing in another type of block in here to kind of give it that, like, the sunlight lighter blocks on top. I think we're going to be doing andesite up along top here, like a little ring of andesite, and then we're going to have it capped off with some snow, which means all the snow that's sitting down there, or even down there for that matter, will probably have to be dug up and put on top of the mountain. So that's going to be my free time plan for who knows how long. It's going to take me a very long time to finish this. I said ideally by the end of March, I wanted to have the mountain 100% done. The mountain, not the mountain range, just the mountain. I anticipate doing the mountain range is going to probably take me another, oh gosh, 2 to 3 months after we complete this. Potentially, the mountains on the mountain range aren't going to be as tall as this, but doing all the resource gathering and then some of the excavation and all that fun stuff, it's going to be tedious to say the least. But we're making progress, and that's all that truly matters. Now, enough with the rambling. We're going to start this stream off by chopping down some trees, because I need more spruce wood. I am running out of spruce. So let's plop our bed down. That's all the spruce that I have right now, but I do have bone meal, bones, all the fun stuff here. So we're gonna probably fill up the shulker box with a bunch of wood and hope for the best that we can get through the entirety of today's stream using this wood here. Now, I know that I'm also going to need some stripped wood for some of the trees that I'm going to be building as well. I do have some leaves. I've already gotten some leaves gathered up. I think we did that last time, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I need spruce mostly. I should still have plenty of oak sitting in my one chest near Duskhearth. So I shouldn't have to do any oak harvesting. Hulk Hogan harvesting. That just sounds weird. Why did I have to make it weird? But yeah, we are just kind of chilling today. How's everybody doing today? How are your Mondays? You know, back to work, college, classes, you know, the whole shebang. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. And you know what, Raiden? I did see that chat comment. The one that is the golem that is inside the mountain is in fact going to be called Golem, and I definitely think I should rename him to Golem. And he's going to be our own special little creature that hides within the mountains of Carmelithor. I'm gonna have to write up a lore page for this now. The storyline is going to have to be a little bit different from, you know, Smeagol / Gollum from Lord of the Rings, but that will be fun to do. Come up with our little bit of lore. It'll be a great time. Trees grow for me. Not right in my face, please. Oh god, that's gonna be taken out of context. Yeah, so we have one more house to build, and then I also want to heavily focus on decorations for Duskhearth today, like a lot of the foliage, like the trees. I do have some other small things that I want to put in. I still need to design up some other unique structures for Duskhearth, like a blacksmith, tavern, you know, a whole bunch of things that need to be put together yet for Duskhearth. Give the place a little bit more life, as one would say. So, that is kind of today's, or that's kind of the future plans for Duskhearth. Still need to also work on a bit of lore. I have not really worked on any world lore for Duskhearth. Have I put any in the WorldAnvil? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I've come up with any lore on the world, put in any lore in the WorldAnvil, but I should probably start doing that relatively soon. All these leaves down here are going to get in my way. I swear, if it's a small tree again, I'm going to be very upset. Give me a tall tree. That's a bit better. The tall trees are what we need the most for getting the most wood out of these trees. I'm going to have to commission my buddy to make our tree farm a bit better for double trees like this. But, yeah, it's... The tree farm is not suitable right now for large trees, only small trees, and I've only used the tree farm like once or twice, maybe. Not a whole lot. Lovely Reaper, hello, welcome in, how you doing? Love the content, dude. I genuinely appreciate that. Yeah, we've been working on the Soulless World here for... September of last year was a full year. So October, November, December, January, February. We're into 18 months in the Soulless World now. That is kind of crazy to think about. I've never, genuinely speaking, I've never had a world, or even a series for that matter, last as long as the Soulless World has. What, we've got, I think this was 73. This is a 73rd live stream that we've had on the Soulless World. Countless shorts and maybe a video. I'm very bad at doing videos for the Soulless World because I'm just so used to doing live streams. And I mean, shorts are a different story. We have a handful, maybe more, of shorts on the Soulless World, but yeah, I love this world. I'm basically just bringing my own fantasy world to life in Minecraft. It's great. We got some not so friendlies here. Ouch! That really hurts. How you doing, Lonely Reaper? How is your Monday going so far? I promise we will be getting into some building here very shortly. I just need to get some resource preparation done. I didn't do any resource preparation today because I'm a silly goose and I prioritize getting more content out by doing shorts and all that stuff before stream instead of focusing on this. Whoopsies. Whoa! Cardi, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Z-Fam. That was really freaking loud. Doing all right. That's crazy though. 73 live streams. Yeah, I think the second, like behind the Soulless World, I think my live stream series on the aged mod pack was around 40 to 50 live streams. So that one took a long time to complete, mostly because I had no idea what I was doing with that mod pack, and then going into it mostly blind didn't exactly help, so progression was pretty slow. Plus, you know, when I'm playing mod packs, I usually like to progress slowly through stories. I like to build bases and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. 73 live streams. I'm gonna have to do something special for the 100th stream. I mean, we still have a long ways to go. With only doing one live stream a week on the Soulless World, for the most part. There have been times where I've done multiple a week, but yeah, I'm gonna have to think about what I want to do for that, because yeah, I'm excited. Actually, checked out your guides when I was having trouble progressing in aged. Yeah, there's really no wiki, and the handbook that they give you just kind of gives you like information about the mod pack and like how to survive, I guess, but there's really no specific progression to the mod pack, even though there technically is. And it just never really gave any useful information. So basically, you're welcome, everybody. For all my suffering. Hopefully you didn't have to suffer nearly as much as I did. It was, yeah, I've not touched that mod pack in a very long time, just because it's also very glitchy, very buggy. You know, there's a lot of issues with it that I'm hoping the developer will eventually fix, but I'm also not going to hold my breath, because the mod pack hasn't been updated in over a year, at least now. So, I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Alright, I think this might be the last couple trees that we harvest, and I think we'll have enough spruce to get us through the rest of today. Hopefully. I say that now, and then later on tonight, I'm going to be like, where's my stuff? Where's my spruce? Did I already go through all my spruce? More than likely, because I did not properly prepare or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, chop down these last couple trees. I'll just plant those just in case they happen to grow. We shall see. I hope that my guide videos were helpful for you, Reaper. I really hope they were. Alright, we don't need the sticks. You could toss those. All this bone meal could sit in here. Yeah, what are we left with? Take the strips logs, why not? Alright, that should be good for the most part for what we need. Just flying up near my mountain and seeing the progress that I've made is kind of crazy. So I don't have that much free time to work on this. So whenever I do get some free time, it's 9 times out of 10 going towards building this freaking mountain because it's ginormous. But yeah, I also grabbed a couple extra shulkers because I had some like leaves and cobblestone and like nature stuff that I wanted to utilize. So I brought these over here so that we could do a bit more with this area. But enough dilly-dallying. I need to put this mud somewhere. I'm just gonna throw it right there for now. And what's my dirt? That's right. I was gonna bring that over to turn into mud, so I wanted to get more packed mud for my trails here. Excuse me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on this house here, because I think that's what I said we were gonna do last time, was finish this house here. And then for now, that's the last of the houses I'm going to put in until I can come up with some other house designs. Because currently we really only have 3 types of houses. We have our small ones, we have our large houses, and then we also have a medium sized house that we... that's not it. And a medium sized house sitting right over here. So... I want to have a little more variety in the house builds than what I have currently. So we'll see what that will look like. Yeah. Holy shit, Reaper with the $20. Much love, man. Keep up the good work. I genuinely appreciate that so much, man. You have no idea how much that means to me. Now I'm a mess. Okay, we need to load in a schematic. This one right here, and we need to change the placement. Shoot. What am I doing? Like I said, I'm a mess now. Look, you're making me blush, man. No, I need to have this rotated once more. Right? Because, yeah, there's the door. So let's move this over. Or, can move it back a bit, but I also want to move this down. Move it over. I'm gonna have to do a bit of terraforming potentially to make this look a bit better, but yeah. I'm gonna head out, have a good stream. Thanks for stopping by, Reaper. Once again, genuinely greatly appreciate your support, my man. Have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time it may be for you. Alright, I gotta fill this in, because there's just a pit down there. I didn't do a very good job of making this look appealing. Or I didn't do a very good job of filling this all in. So... I'm trying to make up for it, okay? That's not a shovel. Wait a minute, that's not a shovel. I might have some extra grass sitting over here somewhere. Do I? I do. Beautiful. I'll probably have like this path like come down through over to here. Something like that, perhaps, potentially, so that I don't have to do too much terraforming right now. I really want to get to building this, which single layer. There we go. And before we go ahead and get started building this, we are going to go ahead and sleep. I have my bed sitting inside of this house here, because... No, I don't. My bed is sitting over by the tree farm. That is right. Never cleaned a monitor before. It's way easier than I thought it was and 100% helps. I will no longer be messy. Yeah, taking care of your equipment can really surprise you with how well things can look if they are clean. But yeah. Lamb Production, hello, welcome in. How you doing? We've got skeletons and other things popping out at us. Don't like that. I just wanted to come back to get my bed, damn it. And we also have 3 creepers sitting right over there. I'm gonna just do a hard pass. Just gonna go back over here so I can build my house. I'm also going to remove these small dinky oak trees that I built before, and I'm going to put some of these larger ones in that along that pathway there. It's going to look so much better. I also never had monitors worth more than 50 bucks, so I'm trying to not ruin these expensive ones. That's a very good mindset to have. Yeah, I mean, like, my spare monitor that I have is one of my old gaming monitors, but I bought that for like 100 something bucks. My newest one that I'm currently playing Minecraft on was like 120 bucks, but I got it on sale for like 90 from Walmart. So honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty solid monitor. But anyways, enough dilly-dallying. I need to get my blocks so I can build. That one was... God damn, I did not want to do that. I always accidentally make more walls than I mean to make, and it always pisses me off when I do that. Alright, we can remove that block just to make it look even. That's not the word I want to use. Just to make it look more appealing. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. We just need to build. And I guess while we build, we can potentially talk some world lore. Like I said, I haven't really done much thought on world lore or lore in general for Duskhearth. I should be a little more specific. Because a lot of the lore that I have been making has been mostly about Carmelithor. And yeah, I haven't really thought about like the humans much either, because I know Roth had like a specific mindset towards like the human race in this world. But I'm thinking I'll definitely talk with him about it. But having like different factions for the human race would be ideal, I would say. I don't think they should all just be the same. I think he would agree with that, like having good aligned human factions and then like the bad guys. Because that's mostly what we've talked about when it came to like the human race in our fantasy universe. It was like the humans were bad. Ooh, I actually need to remove that because that should be like that. All right, now we could do deep slate floor. Probably should bring the stuff a little bit closer so I'm not running back and forth constantly. But it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. Where the hell did I put... Ah, here it is. I really should change the color of this box. I do have a, like black shulker boxes for my deep slate and all that fun stuff. But I just didn't use it for whatever reason. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put that down. Do have to grab my stairs. I have some stuff sitting here that I probably should use up before using any of my logs. Nope. Aha. I need campfires. I don't want to use my oak either because we use that primarily for building our trees and all that fun stuff. So let's use dark oak instead. I just need to grab, I think I have some coal sitting over here. I can just make some sticks. It's not that big a deal. Did I have coal? Maybe not. Aha, here it is. Guess I could have also used any of this, but it is what it is. Not a big deal. So just need some sticks. And more campfires. Should probably also put... Here, we can make a bit of space in our chest here. I don't need to hold on to our potatoes or anything like that, just because we have farms inside of there. Coal. What else do I need? Is there anything else that I need? I don't know. Grass? No. I truly don't think I need much of this stuff that I have on me right now. Except for the wood. Wood is obviously very important. And we'll hang on to the sticks, too. Nope, that's not supposed to go there. Alright, next layer. I need my glass. I was thinking to myself, there was something else that I'm missing that I was going to need. And it was my glass. So let's go ahead and grab some of these glass panes. I'm probably going to end up needing more. So we'll do that. I'll also make more white stained glass. So I'm probably going to end up needing it for builds or whatever. So we'll do that. All right, so we gotta think of some lore for the village of Duskhearth. I don't exactly know where to start. I don't know what to... I guess we just need to start from, like, the beginning. It's like, what led the humans to settling next to Carmelithor? Because the dwarves were here first, and then later on in history, the humans made this settlement here. And we gotta think of the reason why they settled here and all that fun stuff. I'm terrible at thinking about things on the spot, usually. So bear with me as I attempt to work on or come up with lore and all that fun stuff while building. It also doesn't help when I'm preoccupied with thinking of different things. Was this... Put that down. I don't have a block there. That would probably help if I had some blocks there, huh? New. Wrong block. Oh, by the way, I don't think I mentioned this earlier when I was doing my intro stuff and all, but there is a place where you can stay within the know of all of our world lore. What block is this supposed to be? I think this might be half slabs, but I don't think it really matters what we put there. But we do have a WorldAnvil. That can be found in the description below if you want to know what's to know, like anything, any information that has already been established. Mostly presiding over the dwarves right now, but anything in the future that we come up with, WorldAnvil link is in the description below for this fantasy universe that me and my buddy Rothrunder are building. And we also do have a Discord where you can discuss all that fun stuff. Did I add that in to the... I don't know if I added that into the description or not. I might have to do that after a stream. But actually, I'm just gonna do this really quick. Invite. If anybody is, in fact, interested in keeping up with world lore as Roth and I come up with it, feel free to join that Discord that was just put in the chat. I think there was a window there. That's why I wasn't placing right. Alright, so place that down right there. Place that down. Next layer. And now we're getting into the second floor of the small house here. I was gonna say there's not much block variance on this layer, huh? It's fine. It's fine though. I'm gonna go ahead and sleep really quick before mobs start swarming me, and we don't want that, okay? Oh. Alright, I do have some spruce fences, but I don't have that many. I'm gonna use this birch here for my sticks. I know I'm being kind of picky with how much spruce I'm using, even though we have a whole bunch. I don't know. I don't know. Don't think we really need to be picky with spruce either, because we can just grow more if we need it. But I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to avoid doing that during stream. So let's go ahead and place these down. Connect those up. Oh. Beautiful, and... Oh. Why did you not... There we go. You know, I should now that I'm like thinking about this, generally speaking, when it comes to like medieval towns and all that, there's general rule of like a theme when it comes to the builds and all that. I didn't really come up with a theme or like any inspiration to where these, like, generally speaking, whenever it comes to like working on builds, you want to have a theme to it, like a Nordic build or Celtic or something like that. I didn't really think about that till now, if this should have any of those specific inspirations or themes? Probably should think of a specific theme and stick to it, or we just stick to what we have, and that wasn't very smart. Just like this, whatever theme we have going on here, I can't think of the specific name for it, or if there even is a name for it. I just think medieval and I place blocks, okay? If you think that I think too much or don't think enough, you're wrong, because I don't think. I have a tendency to not think nearly as often as I probably should. But it is what it is. Alright. Now I'm gonna need a bunch of planks. So we'll go ahead and place these down. Oh, that wasn't... That's not what I wanted to do. It's not what I wanted to do either. Let's munch on some carrots. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to make more stairs. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Might as well just make them all. Like I said, we don't need to be super stingy with our resources. We should have enough to get us through the stream. I will need to fix my axe here at some point. It's getting kind of low on durability. Don't really like that. And boom. I will also need to remember to grab some of my copper lanterns, because that's what we primarily use for our lighting in this village town. I've always called it a village, but if we're going by, like, I wouldn't say it's architecture, but like layouts, for lack of a better term, when it comes to towns and villages. Normally villages are a bit more spread out. Houses aren't like very close to each other like they are in our world here. So I feel like this more classifies towards a town than anything else. So technically I should call it a town instead of a village. But who's really being picky? It's me. I'm the one that's being picky. I always nitpick my own details. Guess that's just like the bit of perfectionist that's in me. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Hey, yo! Adam! Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Z fam. Hope you're doing well. I need more tough bricks. Okay, well, no big deal. We are starting to get a bit low on tough. We still have a good amount. But tough is one of those blocks where it's not exactly easy, but it's not difficult to get at the same time. If that makes sense. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you have to really look for it, but once you find it, there's tons of it. I feel like that makes sense. I feel like I'm making sense. Chat, don't make me feel like I'm going crazy, okay? I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes. Most of the time. No, I know what I'm talking about. Nope. There's no blocks underneath that. Right, next layer. What's everybody up to? You got my stream on in the background and you're playing a game right now? What game are you playing? Or are you just listening to my comforting voice as you sleep? I don't know. I tend to see that a lot of people lurk in my streams, which I'm not calling you guys out or anything like that. I appreciate each and every single one of you for just being here in any way, shape, or form. I just noticed that sometimes we have quite a few lurkers. So, just my own observation. Okay. Well, I don't have... Actually, wait. No, I do have fences. I'm thinking to myself, wait, where are my fences? I have fences. They're right here. Oh. Like, why can't I get up? That's right. I placed blocks down. But we just need a couple fences to go right on the outsides here. Next layer. Probably gonna end up having to make more stairs yet again. I always tend to not make enough stairs when it comes to building when I need them. I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to ever get the number right. I think I placed the stair down where it shouldn't have been, but that's fine. I'm gonna need more anyways. Let's see, stairs. That's what I need to make. It's probably more than enough. All right. Sleep the night away. You weren't supposed to go there. You're supposed to be placed right there. Right. Oh, I don't have slabs. Damn it. Nope. Almost did the opposite of what I wanted to do. Did I have slabs in here? I did. Oh well. Not that big deal. Not that big of a deal. Bro doesn't have slabs. Elbows. Don't beat me. Brayden, we're gonna have a stern talking to later. We're gonna have to have a discussion about your behavior in chat. In my office. Don't tell him, chat, but he's gonna get his ass beat. next layer. Ah, this is right. This schematic is a bit outdated. Still, I've yet to update it. So, let's do this. I have my walls, but I don't have enough iron bars. That should be plenty. We don't need that iron. We are filthy rich when it comes to iron, so I've absolutely no care in the world if I just throw it away. Is that how the wealthy feels when it comes to money? It's like, oh, I just have all this money in the world. I don't need it. I'm just gonna throw it away. We'll need these trapdoors. I will also need... I might end up needing to go get more bricks here soon. Getting a bit low on those. Let's fly back up. Give me back. Give me back my trapdoor. Wrong placement. Wrong block. Wrong block again. Oh gosh, darn it. Here we go. Much better. Ooh, I will need a small pot too. Small flower pot. Then we just need to add the spikes up here. I don't know, would this kind of be considered almost gothic? I know normally like gothic, when it comes to like gothic builds and whatnot, like there's very lofty roofs to them normally, but like generally speaking, like you have the spiked tops like this and other stuff, which I don't know. Closer to high fantasy. Okay, yeah. That makes a lot more sense. I like that. Better than gothic. Because it definitely doesn't necessarily fit the description of gothic, but regardless. Okay, so we have... This house is officially done. Very happy about that. So all we need to do now is remove the placement. And I need to make said pathway down to the house here. And what I want to do is use... I'm going to put some of this stuff away first. But I wanted to use... mud. I need mud bricks. That's not what you're supposed to be. Yeah, I need mud bricks. Turn those into slabs. Because we don't have dirt slabs. It's very sad. We're just gonna... do that. Yeah, let's do that. And then... boom. So now we have this pathway leading down to this house. Much better than trying to have it cut through the terrain here. So with that being said, I think we could go ahead and put our tuff away. I think we're going to be done building with tuff for the day. We'll start by just putting in some more packed mud into our pathway here. I'm thinking I'm just gonna do like a basic dirt path, so we're gonna have packed mud. The whatchamacallits, coarse dirt is another one, which I'll probably end up having to go get some of that at some point. One of the downfalls of trying to right click with a shovel is you don't get the, when you're trying to place down, it don't work. What am I doing? Stop it. Stop it. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna do mud in my hotbar like this instead of my offhand. How much packed mud do I have? That's another good question. I don't know how much packed mud I actually ended up making or having for the stream today, so that's going to be a thing we're going to have to kind of figure out as we go through tonight. If we're going to have enough packed mud. Actually, wait, we have a mud farm. We can just make packed mud. All the packed mud that we might need. I keep forgetting that we have a mud farm now. I'm gonna have to do something with this because it seems like this pathway is too close. And it also feels like maybe if we were to remove this path here, like instead of having it come up to here, we just have this path cut down to the house here. What if we were to do that instead? I'm gonna try that. And we'll see what that looks like. Oh, don't mind the podzol. That's from when I was growing spruce trees over here. Okay, so now we just need to thin out. Why is there wood down here? I don't know if it's smoke that I'm smelling because the gears are churning in my brain or what. Hope my house isn't on fire. That would suck. Okay, that will be a bit better, I think. Plus, we can end up throwing in like a tree here. Maybe a small pond, perhaps. Some bushes. I know we plan on doing like a lake over here with the waterfall coming down the mountain. So, maybe not a pond. But we've got some ideas that we can potentially work with. Alright, it's sleepy by time, so I'm gonna go. Don't know why there was a random grass block sitting there, but hey, whatever. Where's my bed? Hopefully it's not surrounded by mobs. That would suck. 1 second. There we go. Ooh, I do need to get this to connect up as well. Don't mind the hole in the ground. Don't need to worry about that. Alright, I'm gonna have to make more mud brick slabs. So let's head back up here. You have to do it pretty much throughout the entire pathway up this way. So, do I already have some made? I do. Do already have some made, so that will definitely save us a bit of time. Just make a whole bunch. So we don't have to keep running back and forth, back and forth. I'm gonna put this bed in this house here. Ooh, I almost forgot the lanterns. Almost forgot the lanterns, guys. And boop. Oh, too short. Yeah. There we go. Much better. And this side. And right there. And make sure our spawn point is set. Beautiful. So those can go back. For now, we can just put those there. So I do have a good amount of mud brick slabs to use up for getting up and down our path here. Don't know why I didn't do this before. Probably could have potentially saved ourselves a bit of time with this. Okay, okay. It's progress, nonetheless. Don't have that much more slabs to go through. Or that we can use. I think we'll just use up whatever we have and then we'll come back through and do more later on. I think I'm going to make some more packed mud because that's the last stack of packed mud that we have. We have all this dirt sitting here, so I'm just going to make a few stacks of packed mud. Let me in. And I'm gonna have to remember how this farm works. I think it's dirt in the offhand. Oh, this has dirt. Perfect. Well, I think we need at least 2 dirt in our offhand. And then a iron shovel. Or if we... I think if we hold shift and then just... We just gotta wait for the mud to or for the dirt to turn into mud. And doing it with an iron shovel is, I guess, the most efficient way of doing this, I think. I don't know. I don't know if it really is. Wait, how much mud? We already have a whole bunch of mud sitting in here. So I probably honestly didn't even need to sit here and make any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a bunch of random blocks in my inventory. Hold on a second. I have way too many water bottles too. Why do I have water bottles? I think there was, what is this? Why do I have water bottles? What's giving me? Ah, it's this. Ah, I see now. I see how this all works, but I don't need these water bottles, so I'm just going to toss them back in there. That also might be why we have to use an iron shovel, because otherwise we get like water bottles and other things popping out of our thing. Now, I don't have any wheat sitting in storage, but we have a whole wheat field over here that we can harvest up real quick. So we're going to do that. It's so nice to have a big old wheat field for packed mud or any other blocks of like hay bales and stuff like that. Ooh, wait. Forgot that I put firefly bushes in my farm. They blend in so well with the wheat, especially during the daytime. You can't really tell the difference. Oops. So let's make as much pack mud as we can. Probably don't need to harvest this entire field, but you know, we don't have to go up to like the other layers of this. We could just stick to down here. All right, how much wheat do I have? So I actually don't really need that much more wheat, which is nice. I probably should. I keep saying that I need to do it, but I need to bring my animals from inside the mountain out here. But I also need to terraform the inside of the cow or the field for our barn. I also need to redo the barn. The barn was like one of the first things that we built in Duskhearth, aside from doing all the terraforming and building up these farms that we made out here. So maybe that's something we can also potentially work on today. Get a few more trees in and decorative stuff. We shall see. Yeah, this is kind of a tedious part of when we need packed mud, that we gotta harvest it manually and then replant it. Sometimes it's just the small things like this that keep you humble when it comes to working on projects. It's like, oh yeah, I could have done this earlier, but my brain said, nah, you don't need to do it. You can skip doing that. And now here I am, replanting my wheat field on stream instead of doing any progress for builds and all that stuff. Yeah. Whoops. Did not think that far ahead. Okay, so all these wheat seeds that I have here, I really do not need. So we're just gonna toss all of them. Can also make a little more packed mud. And this should probably get us through a good majority of our pathways that we have established already. And probably more. I will need more mud slabs too. But I'm not going to worry about that till later. I'm probably not going to do anything off this way yet. If we take a look at the map, I'm not going to do anything off this way when it comes to doing any terraforming or building anything, because I still need to... This is kind of like the in-town part of Duskhearth. Like, this is like the commercial district almost, if that's what you want to put it as, commercial / industrial, because this is where I'm going to be putting some of the shops, like the blacksmith, probably a tavern. All that stuff is going to go in here. But since we don't have any of that planned out yet, I don't want to do that yet. All right, it's dark out. It is sleepy time. Bit of a glitch there. Not glitch, but visual glitch, if anything, maybe. I'm breaking the blocks too quickly. Maybe we'll even incorporate some mossy cobblestone along like the edges or even within the path too. Kind of bring some of the green into the path instead of just excuse me, instead of just having grass blocks intermingled within. Oh no, maybe I'm just overthinking this. I think it'll look nice though if we do that. Alright, so this path is good. I know I said I wasn't going to do anything going off this way, but since we're just going to at least do this section of the path going up to where this little... this excavated part out. We're just going to... Might as well just do it. Why the heck not? Probably don't want that much mud sitting in the path. Okay. I think all we really need to do now is this path here. You know what? We can go into Cheaty Cam really quick to check what all still needs to be done. So we got some going through this path here. I'm probably not going to touch that. We do have a couple paths going up to houses that we need to do. So pretty much, we're not going to do anything up here either, since I still need to do some planning. So pretty much from this path here, and I still also need to establish this path apparently. Yeah, we'll just go up to the house. So not too much more to go for that. Honestly, probably not going to put too much mud in here since we already have enough of these mud bricks. It's kind of all really close together. Don't want to have too much of this light brown in the path. We're going to want a little bit more space for other colors and all that fun stuff. Oh, by the way, we should be expecting Roth to hop on tonight. It's been a bit since we've been on together at the same time. We can probably talk about some lore stuff as well once he's here. And for anybody that doesn't know who Roth is, he is my good friend who is also working on this world with me. He's got a big ol' castle off this way that he's working on. It's an elven castle, to be specific, if this will load. Yeah, so he's got his elven kingdom right here that he's been working on for a very long time. Don't mind the structure. This was for when horses and jousting was essentially when it was added to the game. I built this out here, which can be taken down. Oh, by the way, I did install... I do not have Zoom. I still do not have Zoom installed. Why have I not installed my Zoom mod? I need to get that added in. But basically, I have the mod called Voxy, which if anybody doesn't know what Voxy is, it's basically a world generation mod, which loads in chunks that you've already explored. It's kind of like Distant Horizons a bit, except it actually shows the chunks of your world instead of like pre-generated backgrounds of like mountains and all that fun stuff. It's really cool. I have that installed and I have not had the chance to fly over there, so you actually can see Roth's castle from on top of my mountain. It's kind of impressive. Probably not going to put too much mud up here either, just because of these stairs being so close together as well. So we'll leave that like so. Just need to add in a bit more mud along the pathway here. I'll have to head back into the mountain to get some of my coarse dirt to add into here. I already have enough mossy cobblestone. All right, let me see. What else are we missing? Have we missed anything else? Probably just seems worth it to finish up this section here. Got those couple paths as well. Might as well do it, right? Kind of seems foolish to just stop at the house when we still have bit of path here that can be put in. Actually, probably shouldn't need to put mud there. Won't need that much mud along here, actually, since we're going to be putting in mud brick slabs to go up and down. Okay, coarse dirt time. Let's fly inside. Fly inside. Do I have coarse dirt within here? That's regular dirt. It's also regular dirt. And regular dirt. What about in any of these chests? No, no, no. Okay. Oh, wait. We still have nothing there. No. That's all regular dirt. I thought I had some coarse dirt over here, but it might be in my main storage room. So let's fly inside to where our coarse dirt is. Please tell me I have more than that. Should have more than that. Oh no. I mean, we could always make coarse dirt. It's not hard to make. Bam, beautiful. Now we should have enough. But before we do that, I'm thinking we are going to take a short break because I got to use the restroom. So stretch your legs, grab a snack, do what we need to do. We'll be back in just a few. Okay, everybody, I have returned. Got to make sure that we were good to go in Discord because I believe Roth will be joining us in just a couple minutes. Gameplay. Okay, so we got our coarse dirt. We got to go ahead and throw that into our pathway, and we also need to get ourselves some. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. We could just fly out this way. I feel like going out this way is probably going to be a bit easier than flying out through our mountain entrance that we have within here. The entrance slash exit. Our secret tunnel here might be a little more time saving. Plus, we'll save ourselves some rockets as well. We don't want to be wasting our rockets if we don't have to. All right, let's get to the house. Sleep the night away. I'm sure Roth would appreciate that as well. I also got myself an apple. I'm trying to eat healthier. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do the farm off camera, like the farm area. We'll primarily focus on this section of Duskhearth. So getting in some of the coarse dirt and all that fun stuff. So if anybody's ever seen any, if you guys have ever seen somebody make a path, it's always just trying to add some randomness to the pattern. There's not really, I shouldn't even say there's a pattern to it, but just knocking out blocks and hoping that by the end of it, it looks halfway decent, right? Oh, shoot. I almost forgot about putting some mud through here. Ah! Beautiful. You know what? We have the crafting bench in our inventory. Might as well just make some slabs. We'll see how that will do. Uh-oh. That's not what I intended to have happen. There we go. And yeah, we're just gonna work our way around this area here. I'm not gonna probably just go from like this section here. I don't want to be wasting too much time with this. I want to be building a couple more trees. Probably get some other small structures in here and there, just to make this place feel a little more alive and busy. Kind of the goal. Ryan, hello. For those who think they have spoken blood will find that you're not over the mountaintops yet. Huh? I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. It sounds like some deep philosophical shit right there. How you doing, Ryan? It's been a while since I've seen you here in chat. Hope you've been doing well. not where I wanted to put that. Oh, this is meant for the mud, not coarse dirt. Damn it. There we go. Much better. What am I doing? I still need that coarse dirt. Right, I think we can now move on down this way, because I have not even started this way, apparently. Oh, put a coarse dirt block under there. People look to those who hold power above all and be met with shame and jealousy. That's deep. It's very deep. Ah!
That's what she said.
Why do you have to do this to me every time? Every time. I can't with you. You always scare me. You always seem to join at like the most opportune time for you, to where I let my guard down for just a little bit, and then you just pop in and be like, surprise.
It's like my intro and everything, like my starting screen plus my little bit of an intro at the beginning. It's just enough time that you forget you're in a voice call.
Literally though, it's
wonderful.
It's low-key aggravating, but for you, I'm sure it's hilarious. Well, how you doing, Roth?
How about you, buddy?
We're here. We're building things.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. Giving Duskhearth some love today. Building some trees and planning out, or not planning out, but making the path look pretty, kind of, for the most part. At least tempting. So, yeah. It's looking very barren. It needs a little more life to this place. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it just yet. I have ideas for like some smaller structures just planted, or like little builds planted throughout the world, not the world, the village, town, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, like carts, that's kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can trick your brain and be like, oh, there's a cart here. People work here and live here.
Exactly. See, Roth gets me, guys.
For some reason, our brains are like, hey, a house. And then it's just like, I don't know. It's just whatever.
House. People live here. This place has life.
Yeah, like our brains don't really do that. They're like, oh, cool, a house. And then it's just like, but if you're like, oh, a cart outside the house. Ah, someone works here. Someone's doing a delivery.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Brains are weird.
Brains are very weird. I'm gonna light this up before things get too dark here.
Well, I was telling chat that I haven't worked on new lore per se, but I've tried restructuring my brain for world building.
Okay.
Because I've learned some things. Because as you know, I've been obsessing with D&D, and I'm learning how to be a dungeon master.
Right.
And so I'm trying to like learn how to do that and whatever, and work on my improv skills, like just making stuff up on the spot type of stuff. Which doesn't exactly translate over, but also it's like having that skill is good. To just be able to think of stuff
On the fly, yeah.
in that way, on the fly, yeah. But also, like for D&D campaigns, like nobody's stopping you from fully building out your world and all these things.
Right.
But most of the time, what people do is like they have like, hey, we know all these different kingdoms that exist. Here are some attributes to the kingdom. Here are maybe some well-known names in the kingdom, like the leader of the kingdom or whatever, and just like have some interesting concepts about like how is this kingdom different than other kingdoms, and just like unique things that would stand out and would be interesting. And then you just kind of have that, and then as like you kind of like that's like the bare minimum like you do for each of your kingdoms and stuff. And then it's like okay, because and like a fully sandbox campaign or whatever, like you don't know where your players are going to go, and it takes entirely too much work to fully plan out every location and like stuff for every location. But if you just have like a few things that you've thought of,
that
then like
helps with the whole process of coming up with stuff on the fly.
Yeah, and then if you have like those bullet points and view it as like the building blocks for an area or a region, and then like you just kind of go from there and just kind of start. It ties in the thinking on the fly skills a little bit, and then it's like kind of a starting place to like go and expand.
Right. You know, it's funny because earlier today, long before you were even here, I was telling chat too. It's like, you know, I haven't really worked on lore stuff for the world or like my kingdom.
Yeah.
And so that also just goes to show that we are on the same brain cell about 80% of the time, at least. But mostly what I was thinking about today was kind of like more so pertaining towards Duskhearth and how it's more of a human civilization, and how we didn't fully define like humans as like good or bad, but in the sense of like the humans are generally not great because of, you know, in the beginning, you know, the humans essentially established dominance over the region, which forced dwarves, elves, goblins, and all the other races to move and find new areas to settle, right?
We did?
I thought we did.
Dude, my brain is so fuzzy. I don't remember. I mean, it vaguely sounds familiar. I think in my mind it was more of set of like it is kind of coming back to me. Basically, our like Garden of Eden, more or less. Was it just like became too overcrowded, and people started getting angsty with each other, and sort of led to some conflicts, and then other people just ended up moving out and spreading around the earth, the world,
which then led into like the first age of like the War of Expansion. I think we talked about this before. I feel like we have to some degree.
War of Expansion,
or
we could
Age
have
of
like
Expansion.
Age of Expansion, yeah. Which
That's
then
more so what I was like trying to think of.
Age of Expansion could kind of lead into the Chaos Wars.
Right.
Chaos War. And then eventually, yeah, things settle down where we get to
Where settlements are
now.
put and everything like that. But like, I feel like we mostly were pretty aligned with the fact that humans are generally just not good. But
I mean, my way of looking at it is it's not someone's race basically doesn't determine their alignment,
right.
but non-humans are very wary of humans because of the Rakovan Empire.
Yes. Yeah, I guess that's
Not
more
all
so
humans
what I'm
are
thinking.
not all humans are on board with the Rakovan Empire. Some are very much on board with the Rakovan Empire, and will do anything to suck up to the Empire. But then there's others who are like, well, if we don't suck up to the Empire, then we're going to get wiped off the face of the earth.
Yes.
So they kind of just begrudgingly go along.
Yeah,
And
more of
then-
like a compliance.
Yeah. They've kind of been put in a comply or die situation.
Right.
And then there are some humans who are in rebellion, but like very few like actual kingdoms that are in open rebellion. It's more of like more like subterfuge and like other stuff instead of like an open declaration of rebellion.
Right. Okay. Because like I was
And
trying
then,
to think
of
about.
course, all the non-humans pretty much hate the Rakovans for good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier because I'm thinking to myself, like, what alignment should Duskhearth be? Because this is a town that is pretty close to the dwarves. And
Yeah, extremely close to the dwarf.
they're literally next door neighbors. I could see my house from here.
Yeah.
Type deal. So
I always got the impression that they were more of a I don't know. It could go either way. Like, you could go with, hey, they were assigned to keep eyes on the dwarves and all that. And then, but then, I don't know, maybe they aren't. They're just like, oh yeah, we never see the dwarves. And just like lie on their reports. Or they're very much snitches and just report everything.
I guess that was kind of like a thing that I was kind of, I wouldn't say fighting with myself about it, but like the Duskhearth town. This is technically more of a town than a village when it comes to the layout and all that stuff, but I've just been calling it a village. Regardless, it's just like originally there were good intentions with the humans that did settle next to Carmelithor and the dwarves, but then you know, I wouldn't even necessarily say bought, but like the humans here kind of fell towards the corruption that the Rakovan Empire is known for.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's a very, because I mean, I don't think, like, especially in the prior ages of our world, you wouldn't settle that close to somebody you didn't like.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, there's, like, some past alliance or friendship between Duskhearth and Carmelithor. But yeah, maybe now, more now, so it's less of that. And it could be like, hey, the leaders of Duskhearth are kind of being puppeteered by the Rakovan Empire. Like, maybe the Rakovan Empire sent out a governor. Like, they put someone in charge of Duskhearth who they could control.
Yeah.
So like Duskhearth on paper is controlled by the Rakovan Empire, but like it's the entire town doesn't have to be on the same page. There could be plenty of people in the town who despise the Rakovan Empire, and even some people who were friends with dwarves, because like the Empire taking control, I think originally it was like 15 or 18 years or whatever it took the Empire to essentially conquer like the continent.
Something
which
like
is
that.
I don't think
we've
short amount of time.
Yeah, we haven't really officially fleshed out those details yet, but that's always something we can come back to and refine and all that fun stuff.
I was thinking maybe expanding it a little more towards like 20-ish years, because I wanted it to be quick, because they have access to essentially almost instantaneously arrive through
portal magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense that they would be able to catch people off guard by surprise and quickly assert dominance. But like,
and maybe that's something that could happen in the history of Duskhearth that eventually leads to that.
Yeah. I mean, I think most of the areas, well, pretty much every area that is now under control by the Rakovan Empire has had that happen to them, where it's like, yeah, they just were like, hey, yeah, we can come through at a moment's notice.
And you can't do anything about it.
Mess you up. So like, yeah. And other people are like, well, that's cool. Yeah, we want to be on your side. And other people are like, please don't kill us. We'll do what you say, I guess.
I'm sorry. Please don't bully me. That kind of deal.
But yeah. But so yeah, we could have it like that. So it's like there's people in Duskhearth in other areas who very much remember being friends with non-humans and whatnot, and they're just like, this is a bunch of baloney.
This is a load of barnacles.
The Empire out here pushing out propaganda and all that about the non-humans and everything, and
yeah,
the people who are alive 20 plus years ago, before the expansion, the Rakovan takeover. We're like, that's not right. That's not what happened. I don't have any coal or torches.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good way, like, because like I was kind of struggling with like how I wanted to have the alignment for Duskhearth to be. I think that kind of helped me figure out what the path I want to take for it.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, honestly, it's good you're struggling with what you want the alignment to be, because alignments aren't always black and white. Like, they can be extremely complicated, and the alignment of a geographical location does not have to speak for everyone in that location.
Yeah, I'm actually writing some of this stuff down right now so I can refer to it later.
Yeah. See if I can find coal in...
trying to think of words now. Pressure the Okay, so like what I have written down right now is initially the founding citizens have a good relationship with the dwarves, and as time went on, the relationship slowly turned as pressure from the Rekovant Empire grew. After some time, whether it be from a planar politician in the region or kingdom that is associated with Duskhearth, the influence changes drastically, with intentions turning sour, and you know, all that stuff. With all the dwarves being unaware of it, which can make for some interesting plot lines and whatnot.
Yeah. You could even, like, basically the eastern side of Duskhearth. Kind of wrapping around the north and also kind of wrapping around the south. Like, not necessarily like a whole wall, but like some walls and like watchtowers and stuff. Like, they've put stuff up on their border with Carmelithor.
Like the mountain is being like their main fortifying spot of it all, and then like the outer boundaries have that wall.
Yeah, like the Duskhearthians. Whatever you want to call them.
I don't know what I'm gonna call them just yet.
What if the dwarves attack us? And so they just start building stuff up. And then the dwarves are like, oh,
what did we do? We didn't deserve this. Type thing. I thought we were good, homie. Yeah, at least I have a start now, which is kind of what I think I needed.
yeah, which is a pretty good start, because then it's like, okay, cool. If someone is suddenly turning against you, then it's like, okay, sure, they wouldn't have complete like brand spanking new big old stone wall and everything protecting them from the perceived threat of Carmelithor, but they might have like some hastily thrown together little barricades and guard posts and stuff along their border against Carmelithor.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, just coming up with some things about a place like that can kind of help. Can also help the creative process of building, because then you're just like, okay, it kind of influences like the build style and how things are looking laid out. And
yeah, definitely. All right, so now it's your turn to talk about some ideas, so we can for the elves. It's ping pong. Or have you really not thought about it that much?
I haven't thought a whole lot, but I was trying to think like, okay, so the elves have some magical power, like they inherently are magical in
beings.
nature. And also magical with nature and stuff. So like they have some magical powers that can help things grow, but I feel like maybe I don't know. I'm trying to think like, are their powers like diminished at all by being out here where hardly anything grows? Like, I don't know, I kind of feel like that's a kind of a neat way to go about it. Like they draw their power from primarily from like nature and stuff. Like, so not like, so like kind of more of like druidic magic, but not full on druidic magic, because part of it is like inherited through blood.
Right.
So like, I don't know, some kind of combination of that, and I don't know. Because I didn't want to go like, they get they're solar powered, and then it's snowing all the time out here, so they don't, without much sun, their powers are waning, type of thing.
The elves are running on green energy.
Yeah. I was like I kind of want that concept, but I didn't want to make it the sun, like. So I was like, well, maybe if I do like they draw their power from nature, so they kind of have been trying to set up like magical greenhouses.
Okay.
That way, like, hey, what magic they do still have access to, they're putting into trying to grow more things in nature out here to further boost their powers.
Okay.
Which then boosting their powers allows them to help grow more things, and it's just kind of like they're trying to get that cycle going.
But because it's such a frozen wasteland, it's more difficult to achieve that.
It's not always easy. And like primarily they currently spend most of their magical energy in keeping the cerise wheeled tree alive that's on top of the castle.
Okay. I do like that concept.
I was also thinking of like, hey, they're like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't want to necessarily make them vegans or vegetarians, but they like primarily ate like plant-based stuff for the most part.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like they're like, we care about nature. Like it wasn't necessarily illegal in elven culture to hunt something and eat it, but like they kind of got to the point where it's like we don't need to kill other things to survive.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like that idea, but then being out here, there's kind of been where it's hard to grow things. There's kind of been a shift in that. And so like
for survival, they kind of have to hunt at the same time.
But like honestly, there's not a lot out here that they can hunt either, because there's not
good point
food that grows very well. So then I was like, aha, fish. They're surrounded by like frozen rivers.
Pescatarian solar powered elves.
Yes, solar powered pescatarians. Also, hello Raiden. Sorry, I got distracted in my ramblings. And so then I was thinking, okay, well maybe I'll come up with some little ice fishing hut designs to put around the river and stuff, which I think could be a nice little detail.
Yeah. Yeah, that could definitely work out. Now all I'm ever going to think when it comes to your kingdom is solar-powered pescatarian elves.
Not a single block placed for building. I'm never going to get done.
That's kind of how I feel about my mountain. I'm never going to finish this damn mountain.
Let's turn my actual schematic on.
I guess it's a bit easier to just build a path than actually build a structure when talking, so I can understand your struggles.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to grab a bunch of blocks and
place them down.
Yes. First, I'll start with the modifications I made to my existing stuff. Because I realized it a while ago, but I was like, I need to fix it. So in my time being sick, I fixed the problem of not having any way to get into the gatehouse.
Okay. I guess that's a problem you do kind of need to have fixed if you plan on being in the gatehouse.
Wow, this gatehouse is cool. I didn't design a good way to get in.
Shoot. This gatehouse is cool, but how the hell am I going to get in? Rothbrain 101. Design, cool. Functionality,
was not
questionable.
Was not thinking about getting in when I designed the design.
That's valid.
When I designed the design. What a great sentence that is. Oh.
Roth's really struggling right now, guys.
Yeah, I used all my brain power to talk about solar-powered pescatarian elves.
Oh. That is so funny. Yeah, not a whole lot of actual building has been done today, but it's just small details that I've been primarily working on. Just one house was built, and then straight to path designs. That's good there. Let's go into Cheaty Flycam and see what else needs to be done here. This path needs some stone. Other than that, maybe this path too. rest of this I'll do off camera. Yeah, okay. Not too much more path building. Then we can get into tree building. My favorite.
Oh yeah. No sarcasm detected there.
None at all. No, the tree designs that I have, it are honestly pretty solid. I'm happy with them. So that's a shocker in of itself.
For me, tree building is one of the most aggravating or like kind of tedious things to build, but like the payoff of getting a good tree in a place was also one of the best.
Yeah. I feel that. Because, like, especially with my oak trees, I mean, they're not massive, but they're also not super big, so that they do kind of, they can fit in a pretty good spot throughout this village, since there's not that much open space.
Yeah.
So, really strategizing where I'm going to be putting in trees and like smaller structures and all that stuff is something I'm like really thinking about when I come up with these tree designs and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Cobble stew. Okay, I think we've hit up all the paths that we wanted to work on today. Yes. Yes, we did. Perfect. So let's go ahead, throw all this stuff into my shulkers, and then we can get started on tree building. Egg. I still have yet to watch the rest of season 1 of Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah. I'm glad you sang egg. I wasn't the only one that immediately, like, I literally was about to ask you.
Same brain cell. Same brain cell, my guy. So those. I'll need my leaves. Honestly, I might put one of the trees like right here. How much oak do I have sitting in one of my chests over here? I'm gonna have to use my tree farm at some point. Because, like, my buddy built that tree farm, and I've only used it, like, once or twice.
I've not used it at all, so probably should. Make my life easier.
Just keep in mind, it's only good for single wide trees. So, like, the tall, really tall spruce trees and all that don't work with it. Just a bit of a heads up there. Did I light this up? I did not. Oh, actually, before I forget, maybe we'll try to put in a couple of our smaller structures first. Get how this was small terrace. There we go. Oh, I need vines for this. Shoot. I guess we don't need vines. But it would be preferred to have them at some point. Do I have any azalea leaves? Probably not. I need shears. Why did I not think of that? Shears. Of course I was going to need shears if I'm going to get leaves.
Cheers, mate.
So I think that might be oak leaves. I actually took a bit of inspiration from the Cobblemon mod pack that I was playing a while back for a couple of these builds. Try to adapt them to be my own. Don't know how well I accomplished it. Hopefully I did a pretty decent job. But we shall see. Alright, 27 flowering is might have to move this back a couple of blocks. We're off the path in one block. Being nitpicky. Cool guy. What's going on? How you doing? You see a dwarf?
Guy.
Cool guy. How's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Currently, we are just building some decorative structures throughout Duskhearth. Probably going to be building some trees and stuff like that too at some point. Good, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. We are big chilling right now. Fortunately, don't have any vines right now, but we can always come back and put them in. Alright, so now we just have to build leaves. I'll throw some of those flowering azaleas in there. Some stuff that I don't need, like those. Regular azalea leaves. You're a dwarf, Roth is an elf. What do you think Soul is? A goblin.
Goblin.
I knew you were gonna say it. I think goblin fits him well. Trapdoors and a door. What do you think I am? That's a good question. What do you think Cool Guy would be as a fantasy creature? I'm not entirely sure. Any ideas, Roth?
What does Cool Guy want to be?
I guess that's also a good point. Alright, we can remove that placement, come back, put some vines down. Now we have a nice little outside sitting place. It's nice. It's not like a picnic bench or anything like that. I think they're considered like terraces or whatever. It's like a table with some chairs with like a canopy on top. Something like that. I don't know what exactly the name is called.
Gazebo, picnic shelter. Hey man, do you think that I could go to the park and have my birthday party and rent out picnic shelter number 7?
I was eating an apple, you jerk.
Glad you found it funny, because that joke had huge potential to miss. But I assumed other places also had a thing where you rent out picnic shelter.
I think that's very common in like the Midwest region.
That's kind of what I thought, but like, you never know. I also thought United Dairy Farmers was a thing everywhere, but apparently it's basically just an Ohio thing.
Dairy farmers?
United Dairy Farmers, UDF.
Oh, that's what you were trying to say the other day, huh?
Yeah.
Or earlier today, one of the two.
They're like little convenience store, gas station, ice cream parlor things.
Oh.
All in one. Like, I know other people have those type of things. Like
a country superstore type thing.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, I guess. It's not what I was going for, but I guess. Maybe a mage who can heal and attack. I feel like you'd be a druid, cool guy. You kind of give off druid energy. Actually gonna grab some of this grass. Actually, hold on. Wanted to put a tree up here. All right, tree time. Oh, I'm gonna need some stripped logs. Cool guy says, what do you think, Roth? I said he was a druid.
Druid. Like I said, he's a magic user. I mean, that's kind of like a different thing than being like an elf or a dwarf or a goblin.
Yeah.
Ooh, that kind of gives like gnome artificer vibes.
Okay. What do you think, cool guy? How do you feel about being a gnome artificer?
I don't know, that's just a gnome artificer. Use magic to make machines.
Well, it's a good thing that I have dirt on me. Or grass, one of the two.
I also have dirt on you. I'm gonna blackmail you now. What?
No! Don't do that!
Different kind of dirt.
A gnome is fine. A gnome artificer. Okay.
Love it when YouTube's like, hey, by the way, you don't have an active live stream to connect your chat to. And I'm like, I
I definitely do.
Two of them even. Like, I don't know.
Right? How are you going to sit there and tell me, no, you don't have an active live stream? I'm literally live right now. I did not grab any leaves. So Roth just streaming on YouTube or Twitch as well. He streams on both. You can find Roth on both YouTube and Twitch.
Twitch, YouTube, and YouTube again. Depending on whether you like your content the long way or not.
The long fish. You remember the long fish?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Big Hank.
Big Hank. It feels good to be streaming again after I didn't stream for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the attitude.
I also didn't do any magic streams.
Which genuinely kind of surprised me. So I'm thinking to myself, like, he hasn't streamed magic. Is he okay?
No. Like, I mean, Soul had all his stuff that he had going on and whatnot.
Well, yeah.
And then, like, yeah, there was some nights where I was just like, eh.
I have no motivation.
Yeah. But I think soon I have a few decks that I'm working on. Well, I always have at least a few decks I'm working on, but
I was gonna say, when are you not working on a new deck of some kind?
wait. But yeah. Hopefully. I don't know, maybe this weekend. We shall see. I think I've only played like
I think
3 Magic games this year. Well, 4, because we did the 1v1 with your
yeah, you and I.
Maryland. But yeah.
That's right. That was my only Magic game this year.
Hey, 100% win rate.
That's it, everybody. I'm retiring.
Get this man in the Magic Hall of Fame.
100% win rate the entire year. But he only played one. Shut up. You only played one game. Yeah. You know my reasons why I haven't really played too much.
Yeah. I be feeling it a little bit too. Like, because it was like, yeah. Soul had his stuff going on, so then it was just like he wasn't around to play. And yeah, I did like some games with some people off stream because they didn't want to be on stream, which is fair and valid.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'll play off stream because I still wanted to play and stuff. But yeah, I kind of been feeling a bit of burnout with all the decks that I have. And then I kind of like got stuck in the, I don't know, it might just be a me thing, but sometimes like, you know, you have something you're doing consistently all the time or whatever, and then you stop doing it, and then you basically kind of get stuck not doing something that you used to do.
Right.
So then I kind of felt like I got stuck not playing Magic. And
That's fair.
then like, so like not playing became almost like the new normal thing. Even though I wanted to play, I just didn't play.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm sure once a set that genuinely intrigues me comes out this year, cough, cough, The Hobbit, then I'm sure my desire to play
It's
will
gonna
go
build
back
a
up.
commander deck for every single legendary creature in that set.
I'm gonna build a deck for every legendary dwarf. I feel like that's
There's at
reasonable.
least a few of them. Dude, they better make well, so like with the Lord of the Rings set, right? They had multiple versions of each character cards.
Yeah.
So like I hope they make a Philly and Killy partner
Ooh.
of some kind.
I didn't even think about that, but that would be really cool, actually.
Or even better, a trio card, a new thing where you can have 3 commanders and you have Thorin. No, at that point, I think people would be like, "Huh."
It's gonna be the new deck that nobody will want to play against.
Yeah, it's just like 5 color, 3 commanders, and it's just like, eh. Which I saw some people complaining about some recent things with Magic, which usually I'm just like, hey, you know what, whatever, like let people enjoy what they want to play. So like usually that type of stuff I don't jump on board the hate train. But I do agree with this one thing of essentially all the recent ways that let you have multiple commanders, instead of just saying partner commander, it's like partner, like it's still a form of partner, but you can only partner them with other specific forms of partner. So like for
I understand what you're saying.
Like with the Doctor Who stuff, there's the Doctor's Companion.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you can have that, which that is kind of makes maybe a little bit more sense. But then like with the Last of Us Secret Lair, the Joel and Ellie cards have a form of partner, but it's like partner survivors or something like that, so you can only partner with other partner survivors.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you can only partner it with this one other card. And I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like I don't know. I would be way like I think it would be way better if they just had partner flat and like not the other stuff. Like they've done it with the other stuff too, like the Kratos God of War cards or whatever had a specified version of partner, and it was like I don't just make it partner and let people combine it with all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
So that's like my one thing as of late that Magic has kind of, I felt like, dropped the ball on.
It
that
almost...
pitting the wrong pre-release cards in a pre-release pack, but
Oh man.
Which I guess people could always like rule 0
yeah,
whatever, but like I don't know, I'm just kind of just like, I don't, what was the point of doing that? Like it's more text on a card type of thing. Like, I don't know, just
it kind of almost feels lazy, but at the same time more work.
Because I don't know, are they like, were they like scared of making some busted pairing of commanders or something? I don't know. Like I don't think any partner commanders are so busted that, like, there are some very good pairings, don't get me wrong. Like one of the top CEDH decks is a partner pairing because it gives you 4 colors and both of the commanders let you draw cards, which is why it's a very popular and high win deck. So it's like, I don't know, maybe they were scared of like, oh, we don't want this to become the new thing like that, but like, I don't know, I just like, none of the ones that they've printed seemed like they would actually be game breaking by having partnered with previous partner things.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Like, yeah, especially when they do that when they already had partner with another card type of thing. So like there's the commander, Lord of the Rings commander Pippin and Merry that are partner with each other. It's like Merry has partner with Pippin, Pippin has partner with Merry. Like that is a thing that already exists. So like I would have rather them done like Joel partner with Ellie, Ellie partner with Joel, and like yeah, that does give the added bonuses if you're not playing it as your commander when you get to go search for the other one type of thing. But like I don't think that's it's a good added bonus to be able to do that. But I don't know, I would have just rather them done that instead of another variation of partner, which I guess the partner with a specific card is a variation of partner, but like it's mechanically different because you get to go search for the specific card it partners with. Just put it in your hand.
Right.
I don't know. Old man yells at cloud, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess for me, when it comes to Magic, it's like, it probably doesn't help that I keep
trying to... Sorry, I keep trying to sleep in the bed, and it's like the middle of the day in Minecraft. I don't know what I'm doing. I've literally tried like 5 times in the past 30 minutes to go sleep in the bed. Okay, sorry. I don't know what's happening.
No, I'm just laughing at you. I'm sorry.
No, I deserve it. Like I would chop down a few trees, run over, click on my bed, drop some stuff off, and then I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, what's happening?
What's wrong with me? Yeah, I guess for me, it's like, when it comes to Magic, I I haven't had any inspiration to build new decks, and I guess I wouldn't say trapped, but just stale.
Yeah.
With my decks, and like, there's really not much I could really do with them either to like make them better at the same time. So, I mean, I like to think most of my decks for the most part are pretty decent. I don't know if that's me stroking my own ego, but you know, the struggles.
Yeah, that's a fair thing. Like, I definitely, yeah, have been like a few times where I'm like, I feel like I'm playing the same decks over and over again. But then it's also like I have motivation to build new decks. I just don't have money to buy cards to build the new.
Well, that too. I've been a very good boy, and I've been not going to the game store and buying Magic cards, or buying specifically boxes of Magic cards.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's like, yeah, the combination of like, hey, the gameplay and my deck deck selection of decks that you have that you can play feels stale, but then also like, hey, I don't have motivation to build new decks as well.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, because sometimes I've been like, hey, I kind of don't feel like playing any of the decks I have, but I want to build like these other decks, and so then it's like it kind of postpones the problem. But then when you get hit with both of them at the same time,
yeah,
like, okay, okay,
it's just like, god damn it. Yeah, I'm hoping that with the Hobbit set, I'm surprised. Did they say it's going to be like a full-fledged set, or is it going to be more of like what Avatar and Spider-Man were? Or Spider-Man wasn't a full set, was it?
Spider-Man was a full set,
it should have been yeah, that's. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at.
Was going to be like a smaller set, like the Assassin's Creed set.
Yes.
It was not a very big set, but then they're like, we're gonna make it a full set, and then there's a bunch of extremely mid cards in the set, and like 70 billion.
Probably barely used cards.
Creatures.
Yeah, there were a lot of legendaries in that set, huh?
So many legends. Dude, I saw a funny video and it was like, oh, Marvel in Magic the Gathering, I bet you have so many heroes. And then it's like, Wolverine, Iron Man, Storm, Black Panther, Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. Because it's like, we got the one Marvel Secret Lair that had like Iron Man, or I guess it was several, a set of secret lairs that was like Wolverine, Iron Man, Storm, Black Panther. And then it was just like, yeah, then it's like, oh wow, a Marvel set, there's probably so many heroes. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if like they were planning on doing like a small set with The Hobbit, or if it was gonna be as big as like what Lord of the Rings was. Which
I feel like it's gonna be a full-size set like Lord of the Rings.
I'm calling it now. The chase card that they're gonna do with it is going to be the Arkenstone. It's gotta be. Because like, what else would they do?
No, maybe they'll print a different One Ring card. which would kind of be like dumb, but like I could see them doing it, where it's like either that or reprinting the actual One Ring. But like, I don't know.
That would just seem really lazy, though.
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, we're reprinting the One Ring, but with new art this time. I doubt I would be extremely surprised, even for Wizards, to be like, hey, we're making another one ring, but with different art than the last time. Like, I would be like, okay, that's extremely lazy. But if they're like, hey, we're gonna have the One Ring as like a, I don't know, maybe it's like a bonus sheet card. Like, what if they did some Lord of the Rings cards as bonus sheet cards for the Hobbit set?
Mm-hmm.
I could see them doing that with maybe some new arts and stuff. But yeah, an Arkenstone would be cool. I don't know what it would do though.
I could not tell you either. But like, there's the reason why I think Arkenstone is mostly because of, you know, when it comes to the Hobbit, there was the thing that made Thorin King Under the Mountain was the Arkenstone. So
yeah,
that would make me think, like, if they're going to be doing Hobbit, then that would kind of make sense.
Yeah. I'm probably extremely wrong, but I just had an idea for the Arkenstone. So like the Arkenstone was like allegedly causing the dwarves to go mad, right?
Well, no, it was dragon sickness that drove the dwarves mad because of the greed that they had from building up their hordes. That attracted the dragons, which attracted Smaug, and then dragon sickness is what led Thorin's grandfather to get sick.
For some reason, I thought it was like connected to the Arkenstone specifically.
No, so the Arkenstone is more so just like a symbol of like dwarven kingdom. I don't really know how to explain it, but at the same time, you kind of get what I'm saying, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Because, like, it wasn't until the dwarves built up their wealth that attracted the dragons to their hordes. Well, more specific, what attracted Smaug to the Lonely Mountain. So, yeah, I don't know what the Arkenstone would do.
Like, I think there's like some kind of...
Maybe there is some connection that I'm just forgetting about.
I don't know. It could be... It's been so long since I've read the books, but like, I swear in the movie it was the Arkenstone that caused them to go mad, because like once Thorin got a hold of the Arkenstone, he entirely changed.
Well, in the movies, because...
I mean, it is the movies, but like...
in the book, it is more so what you're trying to get at. I get that. I'm just trying to think of... At least in the movies, it was dragon sickness. In the books, it could have been greed, maybe.
But yeah, it's like, well, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, I think there was speculation. Like, I don't know if it's even entirely known either. Like, it could be a thing that's like, well, we don't have the exact reason why, but somehow the Arkenstone's connected, plus greed is connected, plus dragon sickness, or maybe the Arkenstone is cursed. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All kinds of things about that, potentially. But yeah, my idea was like, even if the Arkenstone isn't directly causing the madness, like it's a symbol of the dwarfs, but it also is kind of a symbol of the madness. Since, like, you know, Thorin started to go mad after gaining control of the mountain and the Arkenstone and stuff. So I was like, what if the Arkenstone, like the Arkenstone should like give you some kind of power, right?
Right.
Like it should be a good ability, but also like there should
Summon
be
dragons.
some kind of drawback to it. I was thinking the Arkenstone, you cast it, you become the monarch. It's like oh man, wait, I've just reinvented Coveted Jewel as a card. Oh, no. I could see them reskinning Coveted Jewel.
Idea.
New theory, they reskin Coveted Jewel as the Arkenstone.
I could see that.
You know, taps, adds mana, draws you cards. When you get hit via combat damage, the player who hits you gains control of it, I think. Basically is more or less. It's like a 6 mana, add 3 mana.
Yeah.
Draw 3 cards. Yeah. I could see them reskinning that as the Arkenstone. Hey, cool guy, how's it going? But I could also see like something similar to that where it's like it enters, you become the monarch, and then but also kind of the Coveted Jewel effect of like, hey, if you get hit, you lose the monarch and the Arkenstone.
Mm-hmm.
And the Arkenstone maybe has some ability that's good for it being under your control, but then also at like the beginning of your turn, you like exile the top card of your library or something. Since in Magic, your library is kind of symbolic of like the spells you know, because they're spells, like, so it's the spells you know to be able to cast. So like exiling your library and milling your library is symbolic of losing your mind, which is why a lot of mill cards are like Fraying Sanity and like Maddening Cacophony and stuff like that.
That could be interesting concept too.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's something else, but I mean it probably is something else because I would probably go buy a lottery ticket if I somehow just guessed that right. But
write that down. Write that down.
Write that down. But like, yeah, I feel like yeah, like something to do. Like the downside is you're losing life and exiling cards from the top of your library, but also is another way to gain card advantage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could also see where it goads all your enemies' creatures and stuff.
Interesting.
Or like, no, that's not what no, the opposite of goad. All your enemies have to attack you or whatever.
Oh.
That might be too big of a downside, but like...
Nobody will want it.
But I like the idea of like, hey, it's like the Monarch where it gets passed around if you get hit. So then it's like, it's basically, oh, who's controlling the Lonely Mountain in the Arkenstone type of thing. And that
Lonely Mountain's definitely going to be a land.
Yeah, probably.
I can see it now.
I'm doing it again. I'm trying to sleep in bed. It's the middle of the day. What's going on?
You just slept too.
I know. Okay. Let's get our stuff together. What am I doing? Right. I need to build the things.
Build the things and do the stuff.
This is why I take forever to build anything.
Because you just like to talk.
I came over here to drop stuff out of my inventory so I have room to pick up shulkers so I can walk over my bridge to the other side and start building up the other gatehouse. Do not sleep in the bed. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Okay, we're walking across the bridge. I'm going to get over here and immediately realize that I'm missing something. Walk back over, sleep, try to sleep in my bed again, probably.
It's like an old man with dementia.
Yeah.
Why am I over here again?
Yeah. It's also, I think, having to do with when I talk in Minecraft, I like run around and just like do nothing while I'm talking, like as like a ADHD fidget thing. Just running around, clicking things, opening things as I'm talking.
Just jumping across blocks.
Yeah. And so I think like that's also part of it. And I'm just like, aha, sleep in bed. Nope, can't sleep in bed.
It's fair.
All right, prediction for Pokemon winds and waves. The legendaries are going to be a flying type and a water type.
What? No way.
I'm trying to think of like any like cool dual typing, whatever.
The legendaries like, for both regions are going to be both flying in water, but just different variants.
One's flying water, the other one's water flying.
One's going to be a flying fish.
Yeah.
That would be honestly hilarious if
there's probably
somehow,
leaks out there already with all that information, but I've been avoiding those.
I have no idea.
Because apparently, like, the whole game title and everything was already leaked, and so were the starters. Or at least the concept of the starters.
I honestly had no idea.
I like knew they had been leaked, but I specifically avoided them.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I kinda thinking I want to go Pokemon wins and go with Gekwa as my starter as of now. Because if the waves legendary is a water type, I don't want 2 water types on my team. Unless it's like some crazy dual typing or whatever, then maybe yeah. But
calling it
the
now.
Water legendaries is just so cool.
Calling it now. They're going to be dual types of water and wind. Or water and flying.
I think this generation, Gen 10, is like based around like Indonesia.
I think so.
Thinking, like, what kind of like real world legends and like myths and stuff are surrounding that culture?
I think it's, from what I've seen about at least like the starters and whatnot, they're kind of based around Japanese. I think it's going to be like a mix of Indonesia and Japanese. Something along those lines. I feel like, because I remember seeing like a TikTok or something about it the other day, and like Gekwa was like some type of salamander or some lizard or whatever that's like native to Japan. Geckos, whatever. And then something with like calligraphy for dopey dog. I'm already forgetting his name. Pombon. I don't know how I could forget his name. It's literally the epitome of head empty, no thought.
Yeah, it's Rockolo. Where's the middle?
But yeah. So I
Oh,
feel
hey,
like
it's Soul Spawn.
oh hey, it's Soulspawn?
Oh, hey.
You know, Soulspawn was supposed to tell me if he ever got his computer fixed. So maybe that's what the messages were that I was seeing.
Maybe his computer never got fixed, and that's why he didn't tell me.
BIOS updating, hopefully this fixes.
What up,
BIOS
Soul
updating
Spawn?
in the following
Zman and I are chatting about Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, D&D, world building.
all the
I've
stuff.
tried to sleep during the day in Minecraft at least 9 times.
That did in fact happen, yes. And yeah,
and not like oh, it's almost nighttime, try to sleep before it's nighttime. It's like, no, it's like the middle of the day.
it's literally the middle of the day. He's trying to sleep.
Is Zeman gonna join D&D? I don't know.
I don't know, am I
And
allowed?
if he wants to. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to build a character and all this stuff.
This Friday, Z-Man.
Friday.
Z-Man, let's end stream and let's go build you a character.
I remember building a character so long ago on D&D Beyond. Maybe that character is still around.
Could be still around. Depends on what rule set you use. Because if it was too long ago, then it'll be using the 2014 5e instead of the 2024 5e or 5.5 or whatever they're calling it now. They keep changing what it's called. Like originally, it was just like, hey, it's 5e 2024 rules though. Like it was, they had to make the clarification because the 2014 and the 2024 rules were both called 5e, even though they were different rules.
Interesting.
A headache, but
Yeah.
you could be like
Sounds
a dwarf
like it.
barbarian or dwarf fighter or something.
I honestly think it was a dwarf barbarian that I had. I want to say it was.
Party could use someone who can deal damage and take a hit. Because so far we have a wizard, a cleric, a druid, and a rogue. So the cleric is like, the cleric and druid are the ones who are most able to take a hit, but even then is the cleric can at least heal everyone at least, but yeah. It'll be fine. I'll try not to kill the whole party.
I'll try my best not to annihilate all of you.
Tell Z-Man we need a little guy.
I saw his chat. I saw what he was saying in my chat. Z-Man, my character speaks Dwarvish. Soulspawn's character speaks Dwarvish?
Yeah.
Sold. You know, it would actually be kind of fun to try to learn Dwarvish for D&D.
Yeah. Z-Man, you can join the old man drinking gang.
I think when I originally, like, the first time I played D&D was back in, like, 2020? Maybe? Like, right before the pandemic shut everything down.
Yeah.
And I feel like my character was drunk most of the time.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about par for me, huh?
Yeah. Because both Torgar and Sol are old man guys who like to drink, I think.
Soulspawn says, I'll make an honest attempt to learn Dwarvish with you if you join us. See, but... we can be drunk together. Oh, boy. But Soulspawn, here's the thing. We can't just play drunk. We have to actually get drunk.
I will say this. I will not stop you from getting drunk as long as it doesn't, you being drunk does not cause you to cross any of the boundaries that have been set.
Okay, I'm listening.
I mean, there's a whole list of them, but like, topics that people are like, hey, we'd rather not have this type of thing come up. But like, yeah. Most of it's like pretty reasonable stuff, but like it's just there in writing, so that way it's, you know,
everybody can have fun.
You do cross a boundary, it'll only be with you. No.
I can already tell that was Soulspawn. See, another thing is, because I already stream on Fridays normally, I would have to then move the day that I stream to something else.
I mean, the D&D would only be every other Friday, so you would only have to move half of them.
I mean, technically it's still winter, so... Soulspawn, don't bite your lip at me. He's already harassing me. Who would have thought?
Stayed entirely too late last night.
You did?
Yeah, if it's not been noticeable by my lack of...
Well, that would explain so much.
Because I was writing out the stuff for the intro to the campaign, since the book I'm leaning on for the kind of the main plot line doesn't really give an introduction to everything, which is kind of dumb. But like I understand, like, hey, yeah, you can do what you want type of thing, but it's also kind of like some guidance would have been
appreciated.
Yeah,
that's valid.
Like, it's like, hey, this is the starting location, and then like the book literally says the assumption is that all your characters are already in a party together and know each other. Like, the book says that, and it's like,
oh yeah,
or you can come up with your own way for how the characters meet and stuff.
I think I know what book you're talking about, because for my first campaign a long time ago, I think that's what my DM at the time went off.
Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
I think so, actually.
How much of the story do you remember, and how much have you played of the story?
We did not get past, like, character creating, because, like I said...
Oh, okay.
I feel like maybe we did character creation in maybe one session that wasn't super long, but yeah, that's a whole lot of maybes.
Yeah.
So just want to point out,
it was also probably 6 years ago then, so you probably don't even remember that much anyways.
It's very doubtful that I remember that much.
But, yeah, I was gonna say I tried to pick one that nobody that I at least knew of had played. That way there's the least amount of meta knowledge about everything and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you know, if people are semi-familiar with it, then it's whatever, I guess. Like, I'll just ask people to try not to use meta knowledge and try to get in their character's head about how their character would do it.
Mm-hmm. I just want to point out, by the way, Soulspawn said in my chat, sorry, successfully fixing my technologia makes me feel a swell funny way. So since I helped Soulspawn fix his technology because I'm a tech guru, I made him horny.
Gotcha.
That's why he's also acting the way that he is. Just thought everybody should know. Huh. Creeper. Oh man. Is the bed still in here? I feel like it should be. It's not. It's too dark around here. Too many mobs are spawning. I'm gonna blow up my houses. Did I keep my bed up here? I did. I found it. Hey, I didn't say anything about horny. You know you are. Don't lie to me. I need to be extremely careful because I know for a fact there's at least a couple creepers hanging around here. Yeah, come over here, buddy. I only implied horny. Same difference. I think I have enough resources to build one tree and one more tree. Then I'll probably end up calling it a night there. Since it is getting a little bit late and I have a very busy day at work tomorrow.
Busy boy. Like, comment, subscribe. Yes, do all those things.
Do exactly what Soulspawn tells you and don't question it. I mean, what?
No comment on that. Oh, I'm so glad I crafted up a whole bunch more of a resource that I already had. I just didn't see it in the other chest.
Don't you just hate it when you do that?
Yeah.
What? What, Soulspawn? Z-Man likes it when you lick his elbow skin, so do that. Respectfully, do not lick my elbow skin. You will get an elbow to the face. That is your one and only warning.
Isn't that elbow skin called a weenus?
Yes. That's another word for
So
elbow skin is weenus.
You're not a fan of getting your... You can't even say it. You're not a fan of getting your weenus licked.
No. Oh, soul spawn. Why are you like this? Just woo.
Flicker.
It's always really loud. I always forget that I need to change the alert sounds and stop them from being so loud. But Panqueca, hopefully I pronounced that right. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Z fam.
And Quecca, do you like your weenus getting licked?
Didn't hear your alert on my end. What, you really? Are there no sound alerts? I thought I had sound alerts on there, but maybe not. They're not listed in my audio mixer, so. Whoops. Well, it's good for you guys, so you're not hearing the horn blaring. Wow, bad streamer. Hey, shut up. That's rude. Mods, can we ban this soul spawn guy?
Oh, let's ban that guy.
Thank you for giving that reference.
Mods, lick his weenus.
No. Oh, man. Now I feel like this is going to be a thing for longer than just after tonight's stream. I just have a hunch.
Well, now that you mention it. Slash lick player weenus Zman 98. Oh.
Oh, man.
Yes, we're all grown men, for sure.
Yes, we are definitely grown men who do not laugh at childish jokes. Also, I do want to point out that your stream number is a very nice number.
I was gonna make do something like, aha, the nice stream or something, and then I forgot.
You should just put underneath stream 69, just in parentheses, nice. You can always change the thumbnail afterwards for the VOD.
I could just name all my streams 69 nice stream, and then maybe people will watch all of my streams.
That's also a solid possibility.
It's like numbering all your playthrough episodes as number 1 because the algorithm loves first episodes.
Yeah.
Everything is episode 1.
It's actually kind of funny because do you know what TubeBuddy is?
TubeBuddy, yeah. I used to have it downloaded, but
Yeah, but anyways, I noticed sometimes I'll see the tags because TubeBuddy will list the tags of the video. It could be whatever episode, not even episode 1, but they still have that tag in their video. I know tags are a very, very minimal effect on video engagement and all that stuff, but it's not nothing at the same time, so. All right, last couple layers for this tree. Out of leaves, damn it. Oh my god, I got work tomorrow morning and I got 4 hours of sleep last night. Well, you should probably get some sleep, Soul Spawn. You should probably do that. I'm probably not too far behind you, but I also somehow, someway don't have enough leaves. So, we could fix that by tearing down one of my crappy little trees. This tree is very small. Does not perform well. We gotta remove it.
It's not always about the size.
You're gonna make some sort of comment. Bye, Soul Spawn. Plus, I can reuse some of these logs too, which will be nice. Hopefully, this will be enough to finish the rest of this tree. If not, it's not the end of the world. Nope. All right, that's it for this tree. We're gonna sleep and then we're gonna do a flyover of all the progress that we've done. Oh, I have my bed on me. That could have been bad. Alright, cheetah cam. Oh god, the sun. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do.
Do, 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 do. Same brain.
On the same brain cell. Anyways. Got house built. Added in a few more trees. Added in a nice little terrace outside seating spot. And we got all the trails textured out, which is very nice as well. Great progress. Great progress. I would say very solid progress. Keep hitting all the wrong buttons. I think before we go, though, I'm going to do a thing really quick. Whoop. We're going to take a small trip, everybody. I just realized something. The Nether and Voxy is probably gonna be an absolute headache.
Oh gosh.
I didn't even think about that till now.
It'll be
Kind
fine.
of, it'll be fine. Damn it. I was trying to give you a little love tap before you went into your thing there. Look at this guy. Look at him, his gatehouses. Look at these amazing builds that he's done. Look at that castle. It's a beautiful castle.
Yeah, I had to do some modifications because I was like I don't have a way to get in, so now I got these little things here.
I think that works fine. I like it.
It works better on this side because I have a angled road here, so it's hard to get them symmetrical.
True.
But so on this straight one, it worked out a bit better.
Fair enough.
It looks a bit nicer, but and it has these trapdoors to open the. I am usually not a fan of using trapdoors to open doors unless it's a corner door where there's the two doors that it kind of opens up and.
Hi there. Yeah, I think you executed that pretty well.
Yeah, I didn't really have to change too much. I kind of just added a little bit down here to
Yeah.
connect it up.
But yeah, so if you guys are interested in seeing more, I'm going to be sending you guys on over to Roth as we end off tonight's stream. So don't be going anywhere. Some more Soulless World content
What
is
if I
coming
go
your
somewhere?
way. No, don't go anywhere. Not
Stay
you.
for a little bit.
Roth is going to stay for a little bit. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and end off tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, chatting, and lurking. I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did and you haven't done so yet, please make sure to hit that like button. Check all the links below for all of my social medias. Consider joining my community Discord as well. And if you want to see more Soulless World content just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And also make sure to stick around as we go ahead and raid Roth as we end off tonight's stream. And before we leave, I do want to say a huge shout out and thank you to all of my channel members. You guys are absolutely amazing. And if you want to be absolutely amazing just like them, consider becoming a channel member today. Never required, but always greatly appreciated. But yeah, with that being said, I'm sending you guys on over to Roth. I shall see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.